Okay, and now we should be back with somewhat minimal issues. I say that, but I probably just jinxed it. That's okay. I jinxed it before. There we go. Okay. And let me just get the game rebooted back up. Dum, dum, dum. Sorry about that. So yeah, things should hopefully go a little bit smoother from now on. And if not, well, that's New Vegas, baby. All right, so for today's agenda, what I'm hoping to do is actually get us to the strip. There's really not too much that we can do, especially with Kaisar's Legion, until we get to the strip. Yes, we're back. Hi, Femboy. Nice to see you. I did just redo my office, so I'm sorry if I'm, like, nitpicking at things. I'm just kind of getting used to where everything is now. But yes, we are back. I did do a clean install of New Vegas. Unfortunately now, if I have to alt between tabs,
You want to ride the dinosaur?
yeah, I want to ride the dinosaur, Lily. You just beat Doom? That's awesome. Beartooth is gonna love that. He's all up on the aliens and Martians and demons, so, you know, now's time for good practice. What I was saying, though, now it seems that whenever I try to, like, alt between screens, it doesn't really like it too much. So, I shouldn't have to really switch, but we should be okay. So, it was actually good. I found it harder to find where the gear was in the actual combat. Yeah, it has been forever since I played Doom. I actually used to watch my cousin Steve play it on his computer, and I remember at that point just thinking it was like the scariest freaking thing ever. Now, off screen, I did make a purchase that I've actually never bought before, and I still haven't used it because I was waiting for the live stream. It's from GRA. It's called Two Step Goodbye, I believe. One second. I have way too much crap on me. It's called Two Step Goodbye. It just says reduce critical damage, crit kill equals boom, so I'm wondering if it makes things explode. I'm actually really excited to try it out. Yeah, it's, from what I remember, even thinking about it now, it's a creepy game. There's a reason why it stuck so well. Ooh, what is that? Okay. Well, I could just make a straight beeline for the strip, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to place a marker there. To get to the next part of Lily's, how to best put it, to get like her personal quest, we have to have her reach her halfway health point. So she's a tank, so that's gonna just take a little bit. So we're just gonna kind of just do a little walk. But yeah, Doom is a great game. I still remember parents freaking out going, it's gonna make your kids worship the devil, despite the fact that you kill all the demons with a chainsaw. I know it was made by a Mormon guy. I could see why, that's pretty cool. He would be a saint, Michael. I have my coffee as well, so I am hoping to stay nice and caffeinated. I am actually waiting for Steady Chad to get home so we can go do some last-minute Christmas shopping. I was gonna go do it myself, but yeah, I don't want to drive in that. I actually hate driving. Okay. So, any good plans for Christmas time, everyone? Because it does not feel like Christmas to me at all. I don't know if you guys might notice, but I do have the Grinch behind me. Horace ruined Christmas. Why is that? Like the Egyptian god?
Hey there. Need anything?
I'm a little bummed out because I do not have many caps now. This fist was about like nearly 200,000 caps, and I just sold a whole bunch of crap. But he's still... Oh. I want mac and cheese. Then again, when do I not want mac and cheese? You can't afford that, buddy. So, again, if anyone was watching, or, last time I had the stream set up and scheduled, I had to keep stuffing it. New Vegas just crapped out, and I pretty much, like I said, like before, a clean upload. And, like,
Thanks.
took away a bunch of the mods,
Stay safe.
kind of went by New Vegas's mods to try to get everything, I guess, cleaned. And so far it's been running good. I've been playing it a whole bunch without streaming, so hopefully that works better. But I was mad enough that I was gonna like take a bite out of my computer screen. I was so angry. I know, I ran an exciting stream. I'm just yawning. You might see the puppies run back and forth. My bird has been very vocal today, too. Happy Monday, Hermos. Good to see you. Happy Christmas Eve Eve. So, I can't eat Kraft. I just think it's icky, but I like the Velveeta shells, and anything that's like homemade mac and cheese is good. I will say I'm a bit of a snob when it comes to the mac and cheese. Oh my gosh, that's awesome! Listen, you take your time and you unwind. Get yourself some Christmas relaxation. To me, it just does not feel like Christmas lately. And I don't say that like in a Debbie Downer kind of way. It's just, I don't know, maybe because it hasn't snowed really, or I haven't done like much of the Christmassy stuff this year.
Need anything?
It just does not feel like Christmas.
Sure. Here.
I might actually end up doing like a Christmas Eve like late night stream because I don't sleep at night. Like at all. So I might do that. And I'll just like leave that stream up for anyone who wants to watch it, but maybe I'll get a Christmas hat.
Of Boulder City, but the NCR let him go.
Which Christmas specials are your favorite? I haven't even watched Die Hard yet this year. But back like when I used to like watch TV, I used to really like the fact that TBS did the 24-hour Christmas story. Hi Dalek, I was actually hoping you'd be here. It's good to see you. I actually have things working correctly to a point now. I had to do like a clean install of New Vegas. I think everything's going okay so far. I don't want to jinx it, but yeah, hopefully everything's going good. I have trouble exiting out of it without the game wanting to crap out, but I'm not even going to worry about that right now. That's nothing that a save can't solve. And we're actually hopefully going to the strip today. The reason I'm just walking and not fast traveling is I want to try to get into some combat so we can get Lily's health halfway down so we can continue her personal mission. If not, we might just continue it after Lonesome Road. Okay, so I don't know if you saw, I gotta figure out which way I go here, but right behind me is a Grinch from Macy's that I got back in '97. And that's when they announced that the Grinch movie with Jim Carrey was gonna happen. And it used to be that if you pressed his hand, his heart would glow in the dark. So, yeah. I actually used to play Skyrim a lot, too, to get, like, into the Christmas mood, but I just haven't been feeling it. But I love the Grinch. I love the cartoon. I love the movie. I really couldn't get into the Benedict one. You know what? As much as I would love the subs, I would rather get the subs for my gaming skill and not my personal assets. But no, we're going to the strip, hopefully, just because we really can't do much with the Legion until we do. You know, Skyrim has that effect. I actually have the cookbook from it. I'm much more of a baker than I am a cook. But the Potage La Magnifique is so good. So, Dalek, are you finally kind of winding down since it's the day before Christmas Eve, or is it now you're in total last-minute overdrive with mail and all that? I'm just checking out what's over here. Ooh, I haven't played that one. I remember the Knights of the Old Republic on Xbox, but back then I was like all about PlayStation, so I don't think I played too much of it. But I know when people talk about remakes, they always talk about them remaking Knights of the Old Republic. I will say I am a Thrawn junkie. I loved the books, and I love the new ones too. It's kind of the only reason I watched Ahsoka, to be honest, but I do love Star Wars.
Hey, welcome back to the Grub and Gulp.
Grub and Gulp. Oh my gosh, yeah, I bet.
Anything else I can do for you?
I think our mail courier is gonna start a turf war with our Amazon courier who comes around here.
Welcome back. Are you thirsty for some fresh, clean water?
Oh, I don't like the remakes. I prefer re-release. Yeah.
Glad.
I remember. Sorry, it was just water. I should have paid attention.
Until
I recall when they did like an HD remake of Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy X2, and I guess I can say it looked better, but it lost a lot of expression, and I know the mod community has really perked that up. I was really disappointed they never just did a straight up release or remake of Final Fantasy VII. Like, that's all I wanted, but that was like the first game I really beat and got into. Sliced noodles, oh jeez. I agree, Hermos. I'm not a fan of like the new stuff that's come out. I really liked The Mandalorian season 1 and 2. I don't think I saw 3, but I know like Pedro Pascal doesn't even have anything to do with it anymore. I don't know how many of y'all watch Red Letter Media, but Rich Evans on it is probably
I heard we captured a live Centurion and didn't let him get away. That would have never happened if I was in charge.
This is gonna sound so basic, but he's my spirit animal. He lives inside my head. But yeah, I agree. But I do like seeing Lars Mikkelsen as Thrawn. I know a lot of people felt that way about The Mandalorian. I personally really liked it. I heard that it just completely dropped after season 3 or season 2. I liked Bill Burr in it. I thought he was great. With Fanboy on that one, just I wish they would like remake bad things instead of, I guess, what I consider good, you know. I'm just like looking at all these people. I'm like, wow. Just, they must stink. They've been out here for a while. Also, I don't know how many of you are workout people, but I just got finished setting up my gym downstairs because I am not putting up with the, again, I'm gonna sound like such a snot. I am not putting up with the New Year's Eve resolutioners. We don't need to go in here. Yeah. Yeah, remake bad movies. They did that with The Island. That came out a few years ago. It had, I think, Scarlett Johansson and Ian McGregor in it. And I remember seeing the previews for that going like, what the hell? Like, why does this look so familiar? I had seen the original movie on Mystery Science Theater like 10 years before that movie came out. The death sticks. So, I can kind of see where you're coming from, Hermos. I like both the sequels and the prequels. I think really the only problem with them was direction. But I liked the acting in it. And I liked Hayden Christensen. I will say I have a girl crush on Natalie Portman. But who doesn't? And Christopher Lee, the only reason he did that movie, he said, was because of Peter Cushing, who was his friend. Okay, do I finally get to use this thing? Let's see.
Whoa!
Is that it? Hey, you're the one who's been going around helping people around here, right? The king says to keep up the good work. He said to give you this.
I heard the Lego series is fantastic. And I guess a lot of people were not expecting that. Which, I know I wasn't. I know this is going to be kind of a hot take, but I haven't bothered to play Dragon Age Vanguard. I really loved the first one. The second one was good. I liked the combat of the second one. It's been a while since I've played Inquisition, but
We've got stuff
I
we're
liked
not
it.
even allowed to sell, people. Only
Oh,
at
no.
Nick and Ralph's.
It's okay to say that Hayden Christensen was hot back then. It's all good. Oh, sorry, my corgi's over here, and she's like, hey. Alright, so yeah, we should just be able to go right to the strip at this point. Was he really related to Christopher Lee? Or Robert E. Lee? I'm just surprised. But I would believe it. I mean, the Lees were like one of the first people to colonize Virginia. Oh my god. And the only reason I know that is because I will say I hate musicals, but I love the musical 1776, and they mention that. I liked Anakin. I really liked the comics when he teamed up with Dr. Aphra. She was the first cosplay I actually ever did. And then they kind of just cracked the bed with her comics. So, yeah.
Submit to a credit check or present your passport before proceeding to the gate. Trespassers will be shot.
I will say, though, that Thrawn is my favorite of all time. He reminds me a lot of Scorpius from Farscape. Oh, cool. We don't even have to do the credit check. We have a high enough science. IC 3C R34M.
Thank you, madam. You may proceed.
Thank you. You know, you'd think House would have paid my way in, but I guess not. Actually, what I can do now is send Lily off.
Hello again, dear. Aw, Grandma will miss her little
Farscape is one of my favorite shows
Are you
of all
sure?
time. It introduced me to Claudia Black, and for someone who says this a lot, for someone who's straight, I have a crush on Claudia Black as well.
All right then, dearie. Now you promise to come visit Grandma soon, you hear?
All right, let's hop on in.
That's it. Keep moving.
Howdy, partner. You've come for a piece, haven't you? Welcome to New Vegas.
What are you doing here?
Consider me your personal welcome wagon. Now hear this. The head honcho of New Vegas, Mr. House, is itching to make your acquaintance. Just head for the Lucky 38. It's the big old tower shaped like a roulette spinner.
I do remember Lex on Sci-Fi. I used to stay up till 2 o'clock every night to watch that. Or not every night, every Saturday night I think it was on Sci-Fi. All right, I'll go straight off.
Yeah, partner. That's the spirit. He'll be waiting for you.
Oh, that's
Going to have
NCR
words
class
with your
right
commanding
there.
officer after this. Why do they call it a monorail? It's a
I was not a
train,
fan of
a
Crystal
train.
Skull at all. I haven't seen the new one. But, do I think it was as bad as everyone made it out?
guys. We're on NCR time.
Oh, I thought that was Vulpus for a
I
second.
swear, the monorail was just ahead.
Okay, so we're gonna do a little bit of exploring. Hey, Deacon. I actually had
It's hard to sleep in this
everything
place,
set
tell ya.
up.
Last
I
night,
think
some
it was
girl pounding on my
Saturday,
door all night.
and then
Finally, I had to let her out.
the
What?
game just would not work, and I
told
had
my
to keep
wife.
scuffing,
She's
and I
good
felt
looking for a
terrible.
ghoul. It's just too bad she's not a ghoul. Ay, ay, ay. Hey, come on, lady. I'm trying to put on a show here.
I just have a few questions.
All right, then make it snappy, kid. This isn't exactly a lucrative career enterprise here.
All right, who are you?
The name's Knight, Billy Knight. And this here's what a lifelong career in comedy will get you. Oi.
Yeah, but I did like a clean install of the game, so hopefully it'll help, but we'll see. All right, but we're standing on a street corner in the middle of nowhere.
That's exactly my point, kid. Exactly my point!
Okay, so how long have you been doing comedy?
If you believe my mother since she first laid eyes on me, first thing she said was, boy, that's a funny-looking kid. I guess I got a face only a mother could love, because no one else would give me the time of day. Hey, maybe you can help me. See, I can never tell when it's lunchtime.
So you're looking for your big break? I will say, this guy reminds me of Rodney Dangerfield.
Break's better than a shot. Less chance of lead poisoning. Hey, if you know any gigs hiring, I'll work cheap. Real cheap. I'll take peanuts. I'll take the shells.
Sounds about like every other actor I know. So, all right.
Sure, later.
Or anyone who does graphic design or an artist. And I can say that as someone who writes, so yeah.
Beats being on patrol.
All right, so one of the things that we can do, I like to try to get the missions done before we go straight to Benny or House. So let's see what we got here. Now, I did drop off all of the...
Here the Prim has accepted our law.
Gosh, why can I not talk today? I did drop off all of the vault suits that we got from Vault 34. My favorite strip has to be the ultra... Story of my life. Now you're gonna hear my dog chewing on her little toy. Yeah, I agree. At the game prices.
Hi, I'm Sarah Weintraub. Welcome to the finest vault hotel in the whole world.
Okay, so let's see. We got a couple questions to ask her. So, are you the owner of this hotel and shop?
Well, it is my vault, all right. I mean, yeah. That is, no. I take care of it, but I suppose you could say that it belongs to Mr. House.
All right, so what does Mr. House have to do with Vault 21?
Mr. House has everything to do with Vault 21. He tried to get us out before he filled it with concrete. I almost went ape. So we convinced him. Okay, Sheldon and I, right? We convinced him to leave the top level mostly intact.
Why did he fill the vault with concrete?
I don't know. Maybe he didn't want anybody sneaking around down there. My vault runs deep and wide. It's filled with corridors and rooms that go far. What gives him the right to screw us with the royal shaft anyway? So he saved New Vegas. Woohoo! Now scram and let us go on with our lives. Sheesh.
Sounds like it should be her, like, title or her tagline for OnlyFans. All right, so I had some other questions for you.
Okay, how can I help you?
Okay, so a vault hotel, was it like this before the war?
No, silly. Of course it wasn't always a hotel. I grew up in it. I love it. My favorite place in the world. Not that I know much of the world. I never left this place, come to think of it. But it is the most special vault ever.
So what's so special about this vault? That is exactly what she said, Hermos. I'm glad I am not the only pervert here.
My vault is pure New Vegas. Everyone has a chance, and Lady Luck smiles if you play your odds right. Okay, it was like that before we had to leave. Vault 21 had very smart ways to help people get along. All arguments and fights got solved through gambling. I'll give you a quick tour of my home. Oh yeah, if you like.
All right, well, I still have some questions about Vault 21.
All right, what would you like to know?
So, you have never actually left this place?
Sure I have. I made the scene in the strip. It's just that I really like it here. Vault 21 is a kick.
Okay, we can't pass that perception. Let's see if we can't improve it. Hey, pets need presents too. Hey. So, this is how we solve our problems with drugs.
Good to see you again.
Deacon, what kind of pets do you have? Dog. And let me guess, the cat runs the place?
It was bustling with activity. We all knew each other so well. You see, the vault kept us all even. It's all symmetry and windows down there. We solved any quarrels through gambling. Lady Luck cast no eyeballs, you know? So, nobody shafted anyone else. Yeah, I miss those days.
Oh, so yeah, this was Doc Mitchell's hotel. Or, vault. You know Doc Mitchell?
Mitch? You mean Molebutt? I hadn't thought about that name in a long time. I was just a child and he had a big mole in his rear bumper. You understand, kids and all that. Everyone knows about each other in a vault. There's no other way. I hope Mitch is doing well.
Yeah. I say, like, I don't, I'm kind of like that. I would say I was pretty materialistic in my teenage years, probably until until I was in my early 20s, which I am long past now. But yeah, now it's just, really when they say it's like, I like to give presents, but really it comes down to like just wanting to be with people, or the certain people. Okay, so do you miss the old days in the vault?
Yeah, I miss those days.
What I was saying before earlier in the stream, to me it just does not feel like Christmas right now.
Sure, the place is packed. Usually. We get loads of NCR cubes these days. A stray Brahmin Baron once in a while, and recently circled couples shining big rocks on their fingers.
Yeah, you know, it's funny how that works out. Now I would love just to get a whole bunch of socks. I mean, I'm kind of a goober when it comes to that, but I love getting clothes. And it's funny because pretty much all my clothes are black, but it's just...
I have all sorts of things.
I love
vault
clothes,
souvenirs,
so...
vault wares,
As a
vault
kid, I hated it. I
machines,
wanted
vault
Spice Girl
mementos, and
Barbies.
vault suits. And, well, lots of other vault things, too.
Okay, vault gear, swell. Can you show me what you got? Now I'm just thinking of Rick and Morty. Show me what you got.
Oh, yeah, sure. Okay, I got these great lunch boxes. They're super. What else? Oh, look at these toasters. You like toast, right? If they're crunchy, even better. What about a vintage Vault-Tec toy car? Or...
A potato? Oh, man. Yeah, I feel that. My phone isn't a potato. It's a Samsung. Yeah, like, hey, Della. We have Miss Della coming in to join us. I have new neighbors moving in, so I have to put their little vibration collar on them so they stop barking. Okay, go on. Go on, little lady. Okay. Is there a... Stop right there. Do you actually have any vault gear?
Okay, I do, but who wants a lame sensor module or a nitrogen canister anyway? All the popular stuff has been sold, especially the vault suits. I need to find more because people buy them like hotcakes. Leather suits are good times. Thinking about that just blows my top.
All right, well, I could be persuaded to lend a hand.
You would? You really would? That would help me a lot. I'll pay you good money per each suit.
Yeah, she's a good girl. That's Della. She has been officially labeled the senior dog, and I don't feel good about that. All right, consider it done.
Thank you so much.
So, yeah, we would have to go back to Novak to go get the suits, because I found a whole bunch of them. So, it's cool, too, because you can just see, like, if anyone wants tarot card reading, you know where to find me. It's like, well, shouldn't you know who can find it? Ooh, Bake Off. Bunk cakes only. I do love cake. The other dog, Bowie, is walking around some here, probably farting, because it's awful. And, the cat is sleeping on the couch because I just cleaned the blankets for that, and she has to make sure to get her fur all over it. So, this spot I used to miss all the time, Michelangelo's.
I hear some asshole freed our enemy from McCarran.
Okay, hey, Deacon, have a Merry Christmas if I don't see you, and just stay safe. I'll probably do a live stream on Christmas Eve, like later at night. I'm not too sure yet, but I want to start getting back into a schedule, so.
Civilizing Prim will show what we can do for everyone.
All right, let us find Michelangelo. And I'm pretty sure this is based off of the Neon Museum that's actually in Las Vegas. I haven't been there, but I would like to go.
Oh, hello, I am Michelangelo. How can I... wait. Are you here to deliver more billboard requests? Please tell me you're not a messenger on behalf of Mr. House.
No, I'm not here for anything like that. Who are you?
That's great to hear. Really great. I'm Sheldon from Vault 21, although here I go by my artistic name, Michelangelo. So what brings you here?
You lived in Vault 21? Tell me about it.
Most people don't understand what it means to grow up in a vault. Its corridors, its walls, radiate a warmth that feels safe, honest. But here, everything is huge and threatening. It's so empty that I think one of these days I'll just snap.
Well, hopefully that won't be at me. Man, this poor guy, he came from a small town, really small town, and was thrown into the big world. So, do you know Doc Mitchell?
You mean Mitch? Oh, it's been ages since I've heard the name. My sister and I used to call him Mole Butt. Don't ask. That was a long time ago. Before we exchanged the warmth of our home for the thin air of the wasteland.
I feel so bad for Doc Mitchell, but man, that mole on his ass has got to be legendary. It sounds as if you don't like this place. What's wrong with it?
I feel haunted by something terrible. Working in such a huge workshop often makes me shiver. I can't even leave the strip.
Sorry, I'm just getting a big line on my screen here. Okay, so is this fear of the outside world draining your inspiration?
Yes, I think so. But please, keep quiet about it. Without inspiration, I'm as good as a tumbleweed drifting in the barren wasteland.
Okay, so we do have a high enough medicine, so we'll say you exhibit clear symptoms of acute agoraphobia. I can help. Or, you know, he's just older than 30 and doesn't want to leave his house anymore. I get that.
Ah, an educated fellow. Now that is almost as rare as artistry. So, how can you help me regain my inspiration?
Several years of cycle analog and a few thousand caps a month will fix you. I can't imagine they have very good health insurance. Okay. I could escort you into the wasteland. It's not so bad.
Thank you for the offer, but I think I really can't go to see... Wait a minute. I know, I don't have to necessarily be there to see it.
What do you mean?
Yes, that's it. I have a camera. It is old, but it should work. Perhaps you could bring me images of inspiring landmarks.
Mickey, photography is a risky business. This is going to cost you a lot.
There's an opportunity for profit anywhere, huh? Even if it means preying on the helpless. Okay, you shuckster. 150 caps each if they're good.
All right, I'm glad we have an understanding. Now, do you have any landmarks in mind?
I've always wanted to see the dinosaur and its thermometer sign at Novak. Then there's the famous Bison Steve sign. The McCarran Airfield and the Helios 1 power station signs are of much interest to my work. Like the Sunset Sarsaparilla headquarters bottle.
All right, you got a deal? I'll return with the pictures.
Thank you. I really can't thank you enough for this. Please, get me all the pictures. I'll compensate you accordingly. Oh, and if you need more camera film, then just come back and I'll get it for you. Again, thank you.
So, he has agoraphobia, which is fear of like people or public. I'm not too sure what the root word for that is for agora, but usually it refers to people that don't like being in crowds, or maybe just don't even like being in public, which, again, I get. Okay, so kind of something funny is the camera is actually set up as a weapon in the game, so when you point it at someone and you click, or if you just point it at someone, they react as if you were pointing a weapon at them. One of the reasons I know this was I was taking a picture of Joshua Graham that was very, where the hell is the door? Very family friendly and not at all for my personal use. And he will just look at you and just say, make that first one count because you won't get a second one.
Excuse me, but I'm busy.
I don't think you have a fear of heights, Hermos. I think you have a fear of falling off those heights. All right, so we do have that mission. Yeah. But we can also wait to do that, which I think we'll wait to go take the pictures during another stream. I might even do that for the Christmas Eve stream. So whoever can't make it isn't going to miss out on much. We got lots more to explore here.
I hear some asshole freed our enemy from McCarran.
I wonder who that was. Certainly not me.
Our guys put the monorail back to work.
Howdy, young lady. How can I help you? But make it quick. Goddamn heat's worse in this town than in the middle of a Brahmin herd at noon.
You look more than just too hot. What's the matter?
Sharp eyes on you, all right. We've gone through a heap of trouble to get in town. Ethel says I just need to wet my throat. A drink? Nonsense. All I need now is to settle a score. We didn't come a long ways just to stroll our best clothes around.
Now I'm thinking, it's like, I really don't have like a fear, like a phobia. I guess the basic would be like fear of death, and the weird thing for me is I love to go fishing, but I hate to touch fish. Like, I can pretty much hook, guts, whatever, I can do all that, but the second I gotta take that thing off the hook, I'm like, nah, I don't want to touch it. Alright, are you a bighorn rancher?
Bighorn is my trade since I was a young'un. I confess, it's hard living these days, kid. The Wasteland ain't the same anymore.
Kind of reminds me of Dutch. He has a plan, everyone. We just gotta have some faith. Alright, I'd like to ask you about the Wasteland.
I know it better than my wife's corset. What about it, kid?
So, we have here what's known as a rich man. And we've been told quite a bit about Brahmin barons, which this guy, Walter Phoebus, is. So what we've heard about them is that they are a problem with the NCR. They do cause a lot of monopolies, and there is a lot of corruption. Just like now, you know, it really just takes money to grease someone's wallet. And if that person is in, I'm going to say Congress or Senate or the government, then they aren't always going to work in people's best interests, obviously. So, how do Wastelanders cope with the current time?
Stealing our pure breed resolve, that's how. We've faced the Wasteland right in the old mug and told her to shove it. Listen, we own these lands, and I'll be damned if the NCR, those Legion bastards, or anyone else tries to walk all over us.
Alright, so what's the most dangerous place? What are the most dangerous places in the Wasteland?
Hell, it's all dangerous. Know why? Because you can't trust anything that stands on two legs. If you're looking for real trouble, head straight into the mountains. Men don't walk up there, for good reasons, kid. Listen, we own...
Okay, I'd like to ask you some other questions.
I got some time. What's eating you?
Okay, so what's being a bighorn rancher like?
Bighorn is my trade since I was a young'un. I confess, it's hard living these days, kid. The Wasteland ain't the same anymore.
So, we do know this, but we might as well get all the information we can out of him. You're not from around here, are you?
Darn far it is, our ranch. Ethel would be happy to yap about that. I got more important things in mind, kid.
What was that about settling a score?
There's a long list of grievances that Heck Gunderson's got to answer for, kid. I'm here to make sure that rancher stops stealing our lands. If he ain't chiseling behind your back, he just sends his men ready for a fight. Then you either sell your ranch for a penny, or you're dead. I'm tired of being trampled over, kid, and I got a good mind to stop Heck once and for all.
What else can you tell me about Heck Gunderson?
What more you want? He's a slithering snake, what he is. One of the biggest landowners this side of the Colorado, and it's all stolen, I tell you. All that money buys him any NCR senators he wants.
There you go.
Scoundrels like Heck. There's just no way for us small folks to get by, much less prosper, kid.
How is Heck a threat to the other ranchers in the Wasteland? Probably what they do with the now Hermos, just leave them alone and just dump them.
We are honest folk out there. Damn hard to make a living in the desert, kid. Heck's a different breed. Goddamn thief he is. Scaring us into giving away our lands is all he's done to strike it flush. Comes packing iron and none can hold a candle to his men. Bad blood.
So what do you plan on to do about him?
I have no illusions that he'll ever stop his plundering, so I'm just gonna make him suffer. That's what I'm gonna do. Here in town, he's got a few of his armed men to protect him. I just gotta find out what he's up to, and then I'll know where to hit him hard.
Oh boy, this does not at all reflect against today's time. Alright, well, I may be able to help you.
Where I come from, we appreciate good intentions. I reckon you could help me figure out what he's doing in town. Tell you what, that chiseler's blowing hot air over at that there fancy casino, the Ultra Lux. Find out what's his story here, will you?
That would be nice if they were still made out of copper. But I think all we see is pre-war money, so I'm assuming that it's all paper at this point. Alright, so actually, let me consider it first.
That's okay.
Because we want to talk to his wife.
All right, kid.
So, if the pennies are still copper and a meth head hasn't stolen it, then...
If you
That's a
don't
good
mind, I
question.
have to look after my husband.
Were like those old school tubes in like TVs and everything made from copper? It probably. All right, so where are you from?
Oh, a good ways west of here, in a place you've never been. Far as we're concerned, only name it ever had was Phoebus Ranch. That was before we lost some land to Heck Gunderson. The bank demanded payment in full the day after the Stockmen's Association bailed it out.
And it reminds me of the you haven't been there from the do you get to the Cloud District very often? What am I saying? Of course you don't. All right, what's life like as a bighorn rancher?
A good life if you don't mind hard work. The only real fuss is the constant bother with varmints. Fail to catch mole rats early in their breeding, and you'll have 3 or 4 head breaking their ankles in mole rat holes every day. Of course, the worst varmint of all is a Brahmin baron, with his hands in the pockets of a Republic senator. That's a problem you can't solve with a varmint rifle, though I fear my husband's apt to try. He's got Heck Gunderson in his sights right now.
Well, I mean, maybe if you aim right, and I mean, you're not gonna be able to take that person out with one. You know what? I'm gonna stop right there before I go back on the FBI watch list.
He's got his reasons. And when that man gets a notion stuck in his head, he's like a bighorn or bull that's seen red. And if it means Heck Gunderson's involved, then you better step aside before the stampede tramples you over.
So what's so important about Heck Gunderson?
If that's what you want to talk about, go see Walter. He'll talk your ear off. Everything he says about the evils of Heck Gunderson is true, but I've never held the notion that fighting evil with evil carries the world forward.
Is there some way I could help you out?
I don't suppose you have the magic powers necessary to bring my husband to his senses, do you? He swears he won't leave this godforsaken city until he's seen Heck suffer. So far as I can see, we're the only ones in pain.
Right? That's what I was thinking, Hermos. Like, come on. Well, you just gotta up the caliber a little bit. You're fine. All right, well, I'll see what I can do.
That's very kind of you. Maybe this'll be the dawn of a new day.
She kind of looks like she's got some work done, but didn't really get bothered with her face. I'm gonna save right there just so, if I can't get through the persuasion, you know?
Howdy. Good seeing you again.
All right, what was that about settling a score?
I came to take care of Heck Gunderson. That bastard's taking over any ranch he spots in the Wasteland. Like I said, kid, someone's got to rein in that greedy son of a gun.
All right. Ethel's right. Vengeance will only lead to more innocent's death.
Kid, look around you. There's poison and death everywhere. And people like Heck are responsible for the misery we suffer. What right do they have to continue with their mischief and killing, huh?
All right, so we have to get our speech up. All right, well, don't worry, because we got drugs. Again, we're gonna fix all our problem with drugs. Guess we're doing this again, everyone. With the power of Bob's.
Our guys put the monitor...
Howdy. Good seeing you again.
Okay. So now, of course, our speech meets it. You are just giving them the excuse they need.
Hell, a good thrashing is what I want to give them. But I see your point, kid. Things will never change without us good folks. All right. I'm gonna get Ethel far away from this damn city and head back home. There's a worthy life waiting for us there. Thanks for your help, kid. So long.
Rail back to work.
Hey!
Civilizing Prim will show what we can do for everyone else in these territories.
Sorry, but I don't have time to talk right now. I'm going back to the ranch.
Okay. Well, again, with the power of Bob's, we did it. All right, and I actually think we're gonna call it here for tonight. I just wanted to make sure to touch base with everyone and say again, sorry about the stream before, because that sucked. Hardcore last time, just having to have to scuff it and then keep rescheduling the stream and then have it not happen. I thought that was pretty dickish of myself, but it is what happened. So beside that, I will be on again tomorrow, and I am gonna start getting back into actually having a schedule stream, so it's not just like, hey, here we are. If you have a preferred game or time, you know, just comment on any one of my posts. I do have a list. I'm going to be updating the list of my mods in the description once this live stream is published. But other than that, everyone, if I don't see you tomorrow, have a Merry Christmas. You know, of course, be safe. And I know you're all on the good list, so I don't have to worry about any of y'all being naughty. But everyone, have a great rest of your day. And